All right, guys, I am back and I am having a rough morning, just like getting going and moving and all that jazz. So I was like, well, what are we going to do? So we're going to finish this cover because I can't like get my act together this morning. So we're just going to start with basics and then we'll just see how the recording goes through all that jazz. So I'm pretty certain you just saw the video on the kits, and I'm still having printer issues. Like, it printed fine and then I left to go to work and it messed up a bunch. So I'm gonna have to reprint, and I don't know what to do with this printer. It's never worked completely well. And so hey, leave it. And it's snowing. Oh my gosh. It's just one of those days, I think, that I'm just going to have, I don't know, if, like the last of the winter blues or what. I don't know, guys. Like it's a struggle bus today. And that, I'm going to have to, I guess I should have probably measured that before I put it down. That probably would have been a good idea, huh? It's a good thing you guys like hanging with me, huh? Because this one's going to be an interesting episode, to say the least. At least you'll get your money's worth, right? Or maybe you won't. I don't know. Anyways, I think part of the reason why I'm kind of out of sorts is because I worked late last night. And then I got home and got to bed later. And, like, my blood sugar is all wacky this morning. And I just couldn't get out of bed because it's like 9 something here this morning. And then I have like just like a, you know, like, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but sometimes we procrastinate to, like, you know, do things. It just feels like the whole, like, now everything's like due. Like, I should have had my act together sooner. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling like today. Well, and one of it is one of the bills. Like, I'm generally not late on my bills for the most part. Like, if I'm late, it's like a day, right? And only because of the calendar, like payday or whatever. And about a year ago, the company we had our trash with switched ownership, which in and of itself wouldn't have been a big deal, except for they didn't send like the bills out for a while. And actually, yeah, I'll do black and no, maybe I'll do gray and then black over here. I don't know. We're just putting it together. Anyways, so anyways, it got all messed up. Well, then I didn't realize that they hadn't been taking it out because I hadn't been paying attention, right? Because I got, you know, 3-4 jobs, you know, to do. And so then they discontinued service, right? In like October. And, which for me was highly embarrassing, right? Because I came up the driveway and there's these like yellow tags just sitting out there and I had no idea. Like, I mean, I should have, right? Should have been keeping better track of everything, but I just didn't. And I didn't really have the energy to worry about those kind of things. So that said, got it all reinstated like the next day. No big deal, right? And then I got to looking back and they hadn't withheld any of it for months. Months. It was like that. I was like, how? Oh, like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, it was, and I mean, I talked to the girl and I was just like, why? And then they were supposed to set it up on automatic payment, right? So we got the address and everything, like the mailing address, all figured out, right? And when they took the company over, apparently they can't take the information over with them. Okay, that's fine. But then when they took over the account, they switched the address to my neighbor's. So I hadn't been getting the statements. And like I said, I have it on auto pay. I don't really have to think about it, right? Because again, 4 jobs, you know. And so, why was I putting that there? Let's not. Let's put it over here. Anyways, we're going to go into this haphazard thing again here. So anyways, long story short, they were supposed to be sending me the statements via email and a paper copy. And they haven't been doing that. On top of it, like, it's frustrating. Like, I am literally, hey, hold on. No more of those. Sorry, little one. I'll go out to the truck and get your new treats here in a minute. So that's a whole nother Oprah. The puppy almost choked to death the other night. Like, it's just kind of, you know how, like, I mean, nothing's, like, wrong, right? But it just feels like things go, like, they just happen and happen and happen and happen and happen. And I'm just tired, I think. I just kind of hit a wall today with that whole trash thing. So anyways, so again, I wasn't getting statements, and again, I didn't think about it. And then all of a sudden I get this like scathing email about my account being suspended again if I didn't make a payment today. And I was like, what? So anyways, I mean, it's all paid, but like, and to top it off, I have a letter from them saying that they took my ex off the account, right? Because that was a whole other thing. They hadn't taken him off the utility, right? And so now his name's back on the statement again. And I'm like, come on, guys, you got to get it together. Like, this is, yeah. So anyways, talking to all my neighbors, I shouldn't say all my neighbors, but some of my neighbors, apparently this company is like that. Like, they want their payment, but they don't want anything else, right? Like, they're not, like, customer service is junk. So I was like, well, that doesn't make me very happy either. So, yeah. I was like, are you kidding me? This has just been kind of, not a nightmare, but you know what I mean? Just more stuff to deal with. And I'm still trying to get my taxes figured out. And I've had a bunch of taxes, like, with people I work with having me do their taxes, which is fine. And then my dad's taxes, I had to go pick them up the other day. And it's like, you know, I'm just kind of over it. Just over it. Could you all just, like, leave me alone for a little bit? I mean, that'd be great. Leave me alone. All I want to do is do my crafting, and that's it. I just want to craft. I just want to craft. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Just, that's it. I know. I'm being a little dramatic. But I know you guys will indulge me. And that one's too short, too. Why am I having such an issue with this? Just curious. Just curious. I think I'm just going to have to cut it down. I think we've reached the point where it's just going to have some smaller pieces. My bandwidth for thinking through these things just isn't what it needs to be yet this morning. Maybe I need food. Food would probably be a good idea. So yeah, anywho, so I ended up working the second shift last night, which was quite a change because those are 8-hour shifts, and not 10-hour shifts. And I'm used to 10-hour shifts. And so, like, I didn't take the appropriate amount of breaks, or when I should have taken my breaks, because I was used to, like, we work 3, and then we, take our first break, and then we work another 3, and that's still too dang short. Dang it. That's right. You know what? I think it'll be okay because we're going to put fabric there for reinforcement. So no harm, no foul, right? So anyways, yeah, or maybe I'll just put a little sliver or something in there. We'll make it kind of cheeky. So, yeah, I feel kind of bad for the night shift because they get, I don't want to say left alone a lot, but they do. They do, unfortunately, get left alone a lot. And there's no, like, leadership there. So they were really worried last night about, like, why are you here? Are we doing something wrong? No, we just need some training. That's it. I just need to see where you guys are at. So I'm sure that was pretty stressful for them. Okay, so I'll put that one there to finish that piece off. I was thinking maybe if we had a little tiny piece left over from... this little tiny piece. Would it be enough? Oh, my Lanta, it is. I don't know how that happened. So, anywho, like I said, I have no idea why I'm kind of in a mood today, but I think it just didn't set well with me. When I, like, woke up and got that email, I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, seriously. It's supposed to be on automatic withdrawal. And they still have yet to finish setting that up, I guess. I don't have any idea. But the girl's not a happy camper over the whole thing. We can't do that. We need a color. To do what to do. What's on the back side of that one? I mean, I guess we could do this. It's not quite long enough either. Okay, yeah, maybe, baby. Are you guys seeing this? Okay. Oh, I was going to tell you guys, my coworker that had like the cancer diagnosis, they think it actually might be something different, more manageable. She's still waiting on test results and that sort of thing. However, I'm just going to say, you know, the power of positive thinking and the power of prayer, I really believe in that stuff. So we'll find out probably like the next week or so, I would guess. Oh. So I'm sure you just heard that. You want to know what that was? That was Grace's puppy. She apparently found a really good spot in her ear that needed a good scratching because she's like, she got her tongue out. Oh my God, I wish you guys could see her. So silly. I'm not gonna lie, grand puppies are literally the best, aren't they? Because they're not your responsibility and you get to just like enjoy them. I think they're pretty cool. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay, other than that spot, I think I'm liking this. Okay, I'm going to trim these off. Oh, it looks like we had a little bit on this one too. Okay. Okay, and I'm not going to get rid of these because we're going to use them for like tags and stuff. Make it all fun and interesting and all that. Okay. So I am going to pause the video for just a second, and I'm going to go pull some fabric and see what we come up there, because I would like to at least get the this cover pretty well like in the bag. And then we'll get the other one I'm working on in the bag, and then we'll do another one. And I think I want to do that one in pinks. I was originally thinking blues, but I think the pinks might go better with Amy's bourbon rose kit. So I'll be right back, guys. All right. I did look through and found some of the fat quarters that I had purchased that I thought were more manly. So this one is just a scripty, and I like, I go through the section for fat quarters at pretty much anywhere. Usually like Joann's and Walmart is usually where I find the fat quarters. So I just rip one down, and we'll use that for tag toppers. Not necessarily for this project, but you can use them pretty much on anything, really. So and then I'm gonna rip that little guy off. We can always use that as part of a cluster. So what I was saying is fat quarters really are a pretty inexpensive way to kind of build a little bit of a stash of different different fabrics. Gives, you know, then you can use it multiple projects, especially if you're not doing a, I mean, you could, I use fat quarters when I see a fabric I like and they have it. Instead of buying like a big bulk piece of it, then I'll go ahead and buy the fat quarter, and then it's kind of the best of both worlds. So you're not buying like a whole yard of fabric, or, you know, half a yard or whatever. But yeah, it gives you variety. And if you wait for the sales, then you get, you know, you can, I think Joann's is kind of like, I usually get them like $2. So, I mean, while it seems like a lot for not a lot of fabric, I mean, if you think about it, how much of that fabric are you really going to use? Like, I mean, you might want to make 10 of the same journal or whatever, you know what I mean? But the only ones that I usually buy in bulk, if they have it, and I usually find it at Walmart, is like script stuff, because you know that will work literally in any project. But ones that are like this little one that we're going to use here, I mean, if you're going to do ruffles or something like that, that would, you know, having more fabric would be good. But on the other hand, you know, like if you're not quite certain how much you're going to use, then yeah, go start small, right? Just a couple. I hope that gives you a little bit of money saving tip there. Yeah, you can build kind of a neat little stash that you can use over and over in different journals, you know. And again, you can use fabric pretty much any way you want, right? Like, it doesn't have to be just for spines. It can be for clusters. It can be for, you can make paper clip embellishments out of it. So yeah, just some food for thought. And I don't, it might have seemed like I used a lot of glue, but I spread it out. And the reason I do that is because Fabri-Tac likes to seep through fabric if it's too, like if you use too much of it. So I try really hard not to use too much. And then I just really try to spread it out along that fabric line. Yeah, see, it covered all those, what I call naked spots up. Okay. Okay, and my glue glue's all stringy this morning. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm just making sure I got the right side up. Yeah. I mean, not that you can totally tell, but it definitely looks a little directional. So let's see where. So I have to follow this line right here with this little fuzz up here, and then we'll definitely like do the middle, and then I'll add to the edges like I did on the front there. Yep, covered that little naked spot right up, didn't it? Oh, and I'm in the middle of laundry too, so yeah. You guys get to hear all kinds of exciting noise today, but I will say that I think you probably won't hear any dogs barking because they're all four just laying there like good little dogs. Huh, babies? Yeah, they're like asleep. Now let's see. I'm just going to do small strips of these. I'm going to get rid of that selvage edge. And when I say get rid of, I mean just take it off. I do use selvage edges to do tag toppers, so. Thinking we'll do about that wide. So I don't even know if you'll end up seeing much of this once you get the signature in, but you'll definitely see it on the front cover. I think I'm going to put it on this side first because I can see where my lines are, and then I'll line up the other one on the inside with it. Seems like a more fortuitous way. Okay, now with the darker the fabric, the less Fabri-Tac you want to be using because it'll show and seep through. So I go as light as I possibly think I can and still have it stick. And if we need to go touch up, we absolutely can. And I think in like my old videos, you'll probably see a whole lot of me using the other glue, tacky glue. When I do very large spaces, I always use tacky glue and not the Fabri-Tac because, like I said, it seeps through really fast. Before you know it, you got this weird sticky thing popping through. Okay, I actually like the dramatic of that. I do. I really like that. Okay. It's very, yeah, I like the dramatic, and it's pulling in the greens. Right in through here are the turquoises, and so I really like that. So Christian started his new job this week. I don't know if I even told you guys that. So anyways, he started a new job and he's loving it. He's doing something he hadn't done in a few years. So that's been really, really neat to see him just be really happy with what he's doing. And he's good at what he's doing. So, and it's kind of bringing back memories for him. So, you know, throughout the day, he's been sharing those little, like, I forgot that you could do X, Y, Z. I was like, well, you know me. I love to see people winning and enjoying what they're doing. Is there any better reward in life than seeing people just like win and love what they're doing? That's really what brings me a whole lot of joy in this world. And like, how cool is it when babies are like learning to walk or whatever, and like just the looks on their face, right? Just utter pride of what they're doing. I don't know. I love that. And if you guys in the comments say you should have been a teacher, you're probably right. I've heard that a lot my whole life. Like, I love teaching and I love just seeing the utter look of awe when people like accomplish what they were said. Yeah. Like a guy I work with yesterday told me that he had gotten this promotion, and I was just like, I don't think he'd ever been congratulated like that. I was like, wow, like, well done. And so, yeah. You know, and he's young too. I mean, and not crazy young, but I mean, he's younger. And he just, the utter look of pride he had on his face, like, it is so cool. So cool. I love that. I love when people win. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know. It almost brings tears to my eyes when I just see other, you know, people just accomplishing what they set out to do, and, you know, the look of the job well done on their face. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I love seeing joy on people's faces. I mean, there's no better look, right? All right. All right. So, and then remember the magic. We don't fold, we don't bend, we don't anything until these are 100% dry. Okay. Because that's how we get warping and bubbles and all the things we don't like. Okay. So, and you guys haven't actually seen much of this one. And I do have some gluing I need to do on these because it was right at the creases, but it'll be okay. And I think this. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? Gosh darn it. I think the top, I think I'll do the sides. I forgot to like make it flush. That's okay on the other one. Okay, so I do think I'm going to use this one again because I love the look. And this time I'm going to make it just a tad whiter than I made the other one. And I can't, like I said, I can't decide if I'm doing this one with the bourbon and rose and doing another one for the Alice in Wonderland one, because they both, like, color-wise, they're very similar. But I want to do something just a tad different with the, oh yeah, Jesse? It's that good, huh? He's, groaning over there like a collie groans. What was I? Lost my train of thought here. So, the, if I'm gonna do, I guess, you know what we should probably do before I glue these down, because they'll work for all the journals still too, like spine-wise. Let me pull those two kits and we will decide which one, because it'll depend on the order in which I put things together, because we're going to use thing on the Alice in Wonderland kit. So let's see. Let me cap this if I can find it. There it is. Okay, so the Bourbon Rose. I'm rather impressed with myself that I'm remembering that today. Has all kinds of shades. It's got pinks and purples and grays and blues. So just to kind of see how well that just blends. And then, but see, here's my dilemma. So I'm going to put the two kits together here, maybe. Where, there it is. See, these are Tania's kits too. Man, they just all go together really well, don't they? Even if you go further back into the kit on this one. See, and I probably could get away with a little more pinker on this one, but do I want to? Or do I want the blues? Guys, I can't decide. Maybe what will help me decide, hold on. Is I kind of wanted to use this. On the cover of the one for this one, or sorry guys, I'm going to pause the video again because the or I think you'll like too. Hold on. Okay, this is the or, and I think because this came out of that kit for Mixed Media Minnesota that I didn't end up using on the other journals. And then this I got from my friend Patty. It was in some of the stuff she sent. So I think I like that because it pulls in some greens. And if I use, let's see, this is some more, yeah, this is some more of the kit. If I pull in a more neutral pinks, and then what I was thinking is that we'd use some of the ephemera like one of the tags, maybe? Where the rest of the ephemera pages went. Maybe I didn't get them all printed out, which is entirely possible. Right? Sorry, guys. Or, see, because I kind of like this guy here on this one, and I'll have to check Tania's thing, my downloads. But see, if we did more of a pink cast to it, right, it makes this part stand out, this little guy, and then we can use, I was thinking like some of the Tim Holtz flowers up in the corners, like the blue ones. Or we could use one of these sayings on the cover. But that's kind of where I'm going with it. Yeah, I think we'll use the one I have made as the Bella Rose kit. And then we'll make the other kit, the other cover, same format, but with pinks instead. Okay. So then if we're going to do the Bella Rose on this one, we'll do that one. And then I was thinking this to kind of pull in the gray scales. And then I was going to use one of the girls in the ephemera, one of the photos. Or maybe the rose, because then I was thinking kind of like a little lace collage piece. Or I'd print this one again, since I love her. Do that on the cover, kind of like tear it out and tear it around. And then we'd use some of these words somewhere in here. Maybe it's the little things, or maybe the memories. And then what I was thinking, because I think I'm going to reprint this on cardstock. And then I was thinking about using the glossy accents on them. Okay, so that's a good plan. Oh, I don't know what that was. That sounded weird. I don't know if that was a cat meow or what. And then we can add some laces or whatever we want. I'm just more or less looking for a base. What was that, Domino? Chris's dog is just looking at me like, is anybody actually listening to you? No, they're not. That's okay. So I'm going to tear this one lengthwise of the fat quarter. Oh, that didn't work out so well. Because I need a bigger section here. All right, so we're going to go just a tad smaller, right? Yeah, about like that. And then I should be able to pretty much rip it in half and have the two, because this one isn't so much dimensional. Take a little bit off of here. Like that. Oh, I did get it. I was like, probably not enough though, right? Always seems to be the case sometimes, right? These dogs crack me up. They're huffing and they're muffing. Oh, and that was the whole other thing that started me off in a snit yesterday, like on my way home. Grace texted me, and Piper and Jessie had taken off, and they've been doing that a lot lately. And I can't get the wireless fence to work right. These dogs. I adore them, but they are on my last nerve. So that said, she finally got Jessie and Piper back, and they typically, I mean, they go to the neighbor's house and roll in the cow poop. That's what they do. I know, gross, but country dogs will out, right? So anyways, that said, she ended up having to bathe the puppy, bathe Piper. I mean, she's still kind of a puppy. She just turned 2, so she's not, right? Yeah, she just turned 2. So she's not. She's not out of her puppy stage yet either, so. Actually, I'm going to move that over. I know. Like, what the heck are you doing there, girl? I'm moving it over just a little bit. Just more centered. No, now I'm way off. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe that will help. But I'll probably have to put some more glue down, would be my guess. Oh, and so on the front side here, I'm going to leave this for now. Reason being is if I want to fold it up and put some lace underneath it or whatever, I still have that option. inside. Yeah, thanks for helping me puzzle that out, guys. That was kind of stressing me out a little bit, figuring that out. Well, my eating schedule's all kind of off too. Hazel, lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Lay down. Good girl. That one seems to be off too. Well, it's just going to be off. That one's off a little bit too. Oh well. I'm not going to be overly fussed about it. Okay, and same deal. I'm not going to glue those down in case we want to pull the edges back. I just got the center tack down. Now with this one, I don't really have to worry about it. I'm just going to put it down and then glue the sides down too, because, I mean, you can do, yeah, it's off a little bit. But maybe that'll be good because we'll put some lace there. And I actually have a lace in mind if I still have any of it left. Okay. I actually have having some thoughts about that. Okay. All right. Now, instead of moving on to the other cover, I might do that one off camera up until the point, like I'll get this part done, but the decorating I'll bring you back for. I'm just gonna at least get some of this on there. Okay, now I think we need something behind it. What? I don't know. I don't want lace. I wonder. Sorry guys, it's gonna take me a minute to puzzle that out. All right, so since it's gonna take me a minute, I think what I might do is just go ahead and wrap this up and call it a video. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do here. So yeah, I will puzzle it out, and then in the next video, we'll work on this, and I will have that other cover pretty well done, and then we will decorate the covers. All right, guys, I hope you're all doing well, and we will just talk to you soon. Bye, guys.